Hey everyone, Official Guy Reviews back with you one more time. This is like the 15th time I've said this. I just need to say real quick. So I keep shooting this video. This is the third time I've shot it. And I'm not properly watching my volume levels and all that, and it's driving me crazy because I keep lifting my Blue Snowball, which is my previous microphone, which this is going to be obviously a microphone review. And the cord has fallen out of the back both times randomly in the video. So I don't want to reset and fake this for you guys. I've unboxed the video twice. I'm not even going to do it. It's on my desk here. I'm going to lift it up for you and show you. You can scope it out. Oh my God, I can't believe this. So I got a comment from Mr. Ed Farrow. I'm going to tag you in the comment. I'm going to let you know that this video is dedicated to you, sir. I appreciate you dropping by and leaving a comment on there. It means a lot to me that you guys take the time to subscribe and like the channel. I never thought I would ever see 20 subscribers, let alone 150 plus. Now we're pushing into the 200 range. It's unbelievable. Honestly, I thank you so much for being so sweet on the internet. I never expected to be treated nicely on the internet. I expected to have to just bail on this channel after people destroyed me, but you guys have been honestly so nice. I know my setup sucks. I know the quality isn't great. I know my editing is complete garbage. I just wanted to open a channel where I could talk freely about products that help me in my day-to-day, that I spend my money on, or my wife spends her money on, or the family, whatever, buy me for gifts. So none of these products were sent to me, as you guys all know. But Ed, you did comment. You were super polite, which thank you so much, sir. You could have just been, this guy's mic sucks. Peace, I'm out of this channel. But you said, hey, you know what? You're underrated, which is one of the nicest things you could possibly say to me. Thank you so much. And your mic, not so good. And you didn't even use profanity, and you didn't say it sucks. You just need a better mic. You know what? That's so polite. Thank you so much. And that's coming from a Canadian. If you're a Canadian, cool. If not, thank you for the international politeness. However, it's taken to heart. I read all your comments. I try to comment back on as many as I possibly can. I won't always obviously buy a new product based on a comment, but it was something I was already considering pretty heavily because I know this Blue Snowball has been pissing people off for a while, including myself. So I started the research. Obviously, microphones have a pretty big spread in price. So I don't have 500,000 to that. I can't justify any of that. You know what I mean? I'm just some random little YouTuber that tries to throw out a couple tips for the people that watch them. So down I go. The research budget, best bang for your buck, best deal you can get on a microphone in Canadian dollars. And this is what I came up with for me. I'm hoping to God it's better, because if not, I'm going to be so sad and so pissed off, and you'll see it in the video. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know what you think. I hate doing that. It's so cringy. Sorry. That being said, here we go. The unboxing. Well, here's the unboxing. It's open. Oh my God, it's empty. There's nothing in there because I've already done this before my microphone unplugged and then didn't work anymore for the rest of my video, and I had no sound. So here we go. It's already been unboxed, so not this isn't a shock to me. I haven't hooked it up and tried it yet, but I've unboxed it. You get a little windscreen microphone cover. Okay, it's actually pretty good quality too. It's like fairly thick and dense. Sometimes you get these and they're a little too wispy and they're not going to do a whole lot. That's definitely solid. You get a shock mount. I always forget that word, but yes, shock mount, which is actually, I've said it in the previous recording of this that's now gone. It's made of metal, which is crazy. This microphone is under $100 Canadian. That's unbelievable. It is the PM, in case you're doing the digging. I'll throw it obviously in the comments too, but it is the PM422 Maono PM422. Hopefully I nailed that enunciation. However, PM422, there's the PM430, there's the AU-04, there's a million different ones, it seems like, from Maono, which just makes it super confusing because they're all like within $10 of each other. There's the 421. So I went down this rabbit hole trying to get a versus, but not a million people are buying 5 different, low range microphones to test. I went with the 422 for a specific reason, and I'll get into that in a few seconds. So unbox wise, everything fit in really nicely. If you travel and you're trying to find a Zoom setup or whatever, I will say, like, the Blue Snowball, which is highly touted as like a good starter streamer mic or whatever. We'll soon see the difference in sound. It's still $69.99 Canadian Prime on Amazon. So it's still around 70 bucks. Accessories wise, it doesn't come with it. Like you'll notice this is a full kit. Like I'm not, made of money here. I can't be buying like another microphone and another, get a scissor arm and get all the other crap. This comes with all of it. Like look at this. The whole setup. If we go to the back, gives you a breakdown. Look at everything you could possibly need in a starter kit. It's amazing. And under 100 bucks. So the Blue Snowball, which I've complained about and I've seen complaints about obviously in the comments, doesn't have the greatest sound quality for the YouTube recording, and it's got a full set of stuff. So I'm praying, please be good, please be good. I hope that you enjoy the sound more. So anyways, you got your windscreen there. Everything fits in well. If you're traveling with this thing, I would just keep the box. Honestly, it's tight fit into that foam. Fantastic. We have the scissor arm mount, which is this is metal, this is metal, this is metal, and this fully appears to be metal. Like the full clamp appears to be metal, which is honestly amazing. For this price range, you expect them to cut corners where they can. No dice. Also, you expect maybe like a crappy little pincer style. You get the nice lever style. This is plastic, however, but inside, obviously, it's just like a metal thumb screw, of course, for your swivel. We next have the scissor arm itself. It's not super long. Like, I mean, there's my arm length. It's not super long. If you have a really long or wide desk, it's probably not going to be enough for you. But this is a component that if you really needed to, you could get a bigger one, and it's, I'm guessing, pretty generic. These are metal, thumb screw tips, plastic. You got a thumb screw on each joint, and then you screw in through the mic. This swivels as well, so you can get whatever angle you want for your mic. Bottom is where you slide it into your corner mount swivel. That being said, I am a little nervous, as you can see on both sides of me. My desk is glass. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this puppy. Maybe I'll put a little padding or try and find a non-glass piece that I can mount to. It does have a little foam portion on the top. This is obviously just metal capping, so I got to figure this out. But that's for another time, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to air quotes unbox this, which I've already done, and then I'm going to stop the video. I am going to switch over to the other microphone, set it all up, and then do the second portion of the video. I'm hoping I have time to do it today. We'll see if the little one sleeps long enough. If not, you may have a weird, like, different outfit edited. Also, it'll probably be poorly edited, so thanks for coming. Next up, a little bit of cord management. Another little area. It's so small, but they could have skimped out, and they didn't. It's just a nice little Velcro style, very clean. Okay. We have the USB cable. If you hear sound, I apologize. This is half the reason I'm doing this too, because whenever I touch anything, you guys hear everything. And it's also, I've touched things and it sounds like the cable's popped out a couple times, so that's enraging. Nice long cable. I've read it's like 2.5 meters long. So you have USB on one end, and then the other end, this is because I've done a million reviews. Watching these to make these worth my while is the USB-B. It's a B, USB-B, which is the same as the Blue Snowball that I'm using right now. Same end. And really good length, which is great. The microphone itself. So here it is. Let's do the thumbnail. Anyways, this microphone itself, such a good weight to it. I've unscrewed the bottom because I'll get into that. It's actually the same weight-ish as my Blue Yeti, which is big. I'm not picking it up because it keeps losing that cable and I'm not dealing with it anymore. It has like the same weight as the Blue Snowball. With the foot stand on the Blue Snowball, this is like the same weight by itself. It definitely feels of quality, which I absolutely love. You've got a return knob here, gain return, right? So you can actually turn it up on the mic, which a lot of even higher end mics don't have. I mean, obviously you got to be careful with the default mic noise that you might get out of that, but pretty rare to see that right on the microphone, especially anywhere near this price range. A little pull tab here because this is like a touch style front. I'll just leave that on for now. And then there's your mute button, and then a headphone jack there. So the mute button, obviously, if you've been around computers long enough, this is something I don't need to tell you. But if you're just getting started and you're trying to buy a base set so you can Zoom call your family or whatever during this crisis, don't always trust a mute button unless you can see that the volume levels have dropped to 0. Just, past experience and been around the internet a long time. So let's be cautious. We've all heard horror stories. But the mic itself, great. In below, there's your USB beep input. Very clean, obviously directional style. Yeah, so good little microphone. Feels like a good weight. I hope that it works fantastic. That being said, here's the little tip I learned in watching all these review videos myself. If you've stumbled across my channel before, other channels somehow, I don't know how, but thank you. This little piece right here, and it seems like it in multiple of their generations, unscrews, okay? Unscrew, unscrew, unscrew. It's actually metal, which is crazy and fantastic. I love it. There we go. Off she comes. This is metal. This is metal. You can hear it rattle around in there. You can actually get this out, but without even pulling it out, if you don't want to mess with anything, you can just unscrew this. It doesn't require anything, no tools. There is a chip right, let me get other side, this side, right there. See that square chip in the bottom, right? See that square chip right there? If you shine a light on that, you don't have to pull it out. I mean, it's hard to read because it's very small writing. There is a RealTek chip in these. It's pretty common, pretty generic for a lot of the more bass microphones and a lot of microphones in general. The bass chip by RealTek, if it says, so there's 4042. So what I found was a couple reviewers had done reviews on the 421, the 422, there's a 430, there's an AU-04, there's a whole bunch in this line, and they're all very close in price, within like 10, 15 bucks. They did a review on this in 2019, the 421, this is the 422. Now there's 430 and all these other ones. They did a review on it and said, pretty solid, really like the microphone, and did a review of the sound. Then several people commented now in 2020 saying, this thing sucks. The sound is nowhere near like what you were saying. What's the deal? So it was looked into by several people, even through RealTek, Maono, and everybody. There's been a chip shortage through RealTek and others with all the pandemic where everybody's wanting a microphone now so that they can Zoom call. And they switched from the 4042 to the 4050, I guess, in these microphones switchover. So the microphone was still the same generation, but instead the RealTek 4042 chip, it had a 4050. And I guess the 4050 actually doesn't hold up as far as sound quality compared to the 4042. So even though it's newer tech, it's not as high quality sound, apparently. So I was really curious to open this up when I got it. It's actually one of the reasons I went 422 versus 430. I'm hoping, just assuming maybe naively, the 430 is a newer one. So I was concerned that it may automatically have the 4050, and I was hoping this would have the 4042. Now this is the RealTek chip inside, and I did flash a little light on it. It does say 4042. So thankfully, hopefully this will be better sound quality than some of the newer RealTek chips in these guys. That being said, the other thing I thought was really funny, it's right at the bottom here, the model. It actually says AU-PM422 I. So it's actually funny that it's got 421 right in on the chipset inside, but that's neither here nor there. I just thought that was hilarious because the 422, obviously it's of course probably just a skinning difference, etc. So that just screws right back on. You can hear that nice metal quality. I'm going to set this puppy up, and then I'm going to do the other half of the video. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Ed, thank you, sir. I hope this does you justice. Talk soon. All right, guys, we're back. This is round 2. We have the new microphone. I hope it's making a big difference. I don't know. I'll be sad if it doesn't. Pretty solid as far as the boom arm goes. Had to do a couple adjustments. I do find because of the weightiness of the metal, which no complaints here, that it's actually well constructed. I did tighten up a few of the little, corner knobs. I do have it mounted on my desk right now. I'm a little nervous. I might end up changing this layout just because obviously it's not super convenient. The swivel is clean. If I hit my desk, I'm hoping we're going to find some decent, you're literally experiencing this for the first time with me as well. So I'm hoping I'm going to get some decent sound out of this. I'm still going to be playing with the levels and whatnot. But I do feel like it does seem like it might be a little bit better. I might actually have a microphone now that doesn't drive everybody crazy, including myself. But yeah, that being said, it did mount to my desk okay. Nothing cracked, thankfully. The cord went in well. There's tons of room as far as cables go, but my computer is only like 3 or 4 feet from me right now, so that's kind of nice. Everything went together super smoothly. The mic itself just screws into the shock mount, and then the thumb screw here. The one thing I will say in my experience putting it together so far is I don't love how the base of the swivel itself goes in when you tighten for the turning radius, like for the in and out, like this way, like down at the bottom joint here. It's just like metal, like this kind of metal, like a painted metal, goes down into a tube, like I showed in the unboxing, goes down into a tube that's like you thumb screw in, but that's just raw metal as well. I feel like it will wear with like the movement, but I mean, it is what it is. I feel like maybe I suggest just leaving it a little bit, like not tight, because then it'll just literally be grating on that metal. I feel like it's just a problem waiting to happen. Other than that, though, pretty unbelievable. There's a nice faint little green spot right here. Let me see if I can let you see. Right here. That is your mute button. You can see it through the pop filter, which is nice. And it's green right now. If I mute it, it goes red when you mute it, which is great. I hope that actually functioned. Again, be careful. But other than that, honestly, for the ease of use, I plugged it in. It said setting up a USB device, done and done. I did find it was receiving the levels much quieter than my previous. It was already set to 100% volume, and it was very, very slightly detecting when I would talk fairly loudly. I've turned it up a little bit on the gain, like the return is now probably about 3/4 full. So I hope it's not overdoing it, but we'll have to give it a test here. But you guys are the first. This is the first video. Ed, this is for you, buddy. We're updating slowly but surely as budget permits. Yeah, the new mic, we're in. This is it. I may try and figure out a better setup for this because it's blocking a little bit if I'm actually going to be playing. But the swivel is clean. Everything works well. Up, down, you know, the tilt. Well, the pop filter I may switch. If I just remove the pop filter, I might test the little poof, see how we do. I did tighten the pop filter a lot, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it off right now for you. I just hate when that thing slides around there. We're getting it. I'll pull it off here for you. This will probably drive everybody crazy, but I just want to make sure we get the poof itself, the mic poof. I feel like that would be less cumbersome, and I feel like over time these things, they just drive me crazy. I'm going to mute it and we'll test it, and then I'll see what it switches. We unmute. Got that nice, it's a good green. It's like kind of a teal look. Looks great. Mute it so you don't get crazy here. There. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll listen to it in the video, see what you think. We got a little swivel. I got a little bit of tightening and loosening to do, but literally I just set it up, turn the video on, and here we are. So I hope this is decent. I hope you guys like it. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. I know this was a weird kind of layout, technical and on and off as far as annoyance goes, but I hope this helps out a little bit. We got a new mic. Here we go. I'll post it down in the comments below, the setup pre and post. That way you can kind of click on it. I got to figure out chapters, but again, thank you guys so much for the love. I'm going to get a couple updates up too for the MX keys. I got a couple questions that I got answered for everybody. So thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.